up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What? I'm already knowing YouTube is about to get my channel. I'm about to get a little thing for that. So that part's going to be edited out on the replay. But I had to start with that. Man, it is crazy out here in California right now. But it is safe in the hood. You dig? I'm all safe. Basically, probably any black person you know is safe. But the city is burning, and we are all interconnected here. And Joe Biden bitch ass in town, so I think that's why it's burning.
Good news is, I'm a great grandfather.
So we're about to play some news coverage, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do some live news coverage of this fire, and I'm gonna give y'all a breakdown of what's going on. But right now, the half-dead president is speaking. Let's jump in and see what Biden's talking about. Let's see what he's talking about.
All right, you've been watching a live press conference with city leaders, the fire chief from LA County, the LAPD chief, the fire chief from LA City, and of course, President Joe Biden, who was present there with Governor Gavin Newsom. They have been in communication since the start of this disaster. We can now declare it a disaster. A national disaster, someone referred to it as yesterday, early in the day. And so they gave us the latest rundown on the status of those fires.
Let's go back and listen to what Biden had to say.
Filling in the president about
Let's go back and listen to what that jackass had to say.
We did hear some remarks, but unfortunately the mics weren't.
We had an aggressive fire attack. The fire has
grown see here
from 10 acres to 10,802 acres.
They talking to the old geezer.
It's an active firefight with our firefighters.
Tell them, okay, it's an active firefight.
So, okay. Within this area. Interesting enough, because of the winds and the low humidity, we had a second fire also break out, and that was the Hearst fire, which is just.
Okay, they explain to the old geezer. Let's see when he talks.
Folks, the fact is that the DOD, Department of Defense, to rapidly provide.
This mic ain't even working. So I tried to cut us into the president running his mouth, but that didn't happen. So what we gonna do is, let me give y'all a quick breakdown of what's going on. I'm gonna pull the maps up. And let y'all see where the burn area is. Those of us, we are safe here in Southern California. If you live south of the 10, if you live north of the 10, it's tough. It's tough. But let me give y'all a lot of things that are going down here in LA. Just recently. Let me pull this up. This was from earlier this year. State Farm canceled homeowners insurance for a lot of people here in California a few months ago. And here on Newsmax, they're talking about it. There are a lot of people who've gotten their homeowners insurance canceled, specifically up there in Palisades and in a lot of these burned areas. So that's one thing that's going on. The areas that are burning are right here in the Palisades. If you go here, this Russet Canyon, and I'm familiar with all this because like this is all like over here. This is like Rich Whiteyville, San Vicente. If you look over here off Bundy, this is where OJ's house used to be. Just giving y'all proximity of what's going on in this area. OJ's house was up here, off Bundy. The Nicole Brown Simpson murders were like right here. They done switched chance, but like that was like right over around here at 343 Bundy, and then OJ's house was over here. So just give you proximity of what's going on. Is burning right here, up in this area. Right here, Murphy's Ranch. This is a former Nazi camp right here. Where you see Murphy's Ranch. That area is burning. And this during World War II. This was actually an active Nazi training facility. Murphy Ranch in the Palisades. And a lot of this stuff up here is burning. This area here has been like okay, but where it's really burning is over here. Temescal Canyon, all this stuff is burning. These whole neighborhoods, like this whole neighborhood right over here, burned down. Like this little cul-de-sac, this whole little area. A lot of this shit is burning right now. A lot of these this is the last view you're going to get of a lot of these homes. This is the last view you're going to get. Back when I used to drive Uber, I used to drop motherfuckers off up in here. But like a lot of these houses right here, they're gone. Here in the Palisades. A lot of these houses are gone. Beautiful area. Beautiful area. Beautiful area. Palisades High caught fire. This is our rival high school. My brother and sister went here. This is where I remember coming to this football. This is where I used to go to watch my brother play football when he went to Palisades High School. A lot of my friends from childhood went to this high school. Why? Because they had a busing program from South Central. If you lived over here in South Central where I was raised, now mind you, all this shit over here is safe. All this shit is safe. But Palisades High School had a bus pickup right here. This is my elementary. I went to Coliseum Elementary. There was a bus pickup right here. And this is where a lot of your black people who went to Palisades High lived in this area. They also had a bus pickup here right in front of the Dorsey High. There was a bus pickup for Pally High back then. And so a lot of people from down there in South Central, also in Watts. Y'all know Will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas? His bus stop was somewhere over here. Will.i.am also went to Pally High. And they caught the bus. And so all this shit on fire. All up in here. It's a fire like a motherfucker. And then another fire. This fire right here, this one hurts my heart because these aren't wealthy people. These are good people who live up in here. And a lot of these areas have been burnt down. A lot of these, like I was watching the news earlier. And where's Lake? Like the fires over here, the Eden fire, it burned this down. But also, a lot of them embers jumped over here to areas that are not right there up against the forest. And when I was watching the news earlier, I saw like a lot of these whole blocks are burned down up in here. Like whole blocks are burnt. Matter of fact, the first house that I bought when I was in college, I bought a house on this block when I was in college. And this block is gone. Like, this was the first house that I bought right here. And I'm not sure if that's gone right here. This is the first house that I bought. I bought this when I was in, like, right when I graduated college. I bought this home for like $680,000 right here. And that shit gone. This block right here, where is it at? This area, Harriet Street. Here we go, Harriet Street. This whole block right here is gone. This Fair Oaks, this shit's gone. This whole block, this Harriet Street. This whole block right here is gone as of this morning. Cars, houses. I saw this house on the news up in flames earlier. So, yeah, gone. And I want to say this to the people out there saying it was set on purpose. Let me tell you something. You don't know shit. People's houses just got burned down. Calm the fuck down. This area is a fucking forest. Let me tell some of y'all something. Guess what happens in a forest? Fires. It hasn't been any significant rain in this area since last March or April. We don't know. Now, do conspiracies happen? Do areas get caught on fire on purpose? Yes. Shit happens. Yes, conspiracies do happen, but you don't know. Calm the fuck down. You don't know shit. And although this area did catch on fire, it's windy as fuck out here. It takes nothing for an ember to fly over and land on somebody. These are people whose houses are being destroyed. If it's happening on purpose, we'll find out sooner or later. But the last thing we need is some nigga in a goddamn living in the Midwest. Well, it was done on purpose. No, nigga, this shit burned all the goddamn time. And sometimes it's because somebody did it on purpose. Sometimes it's not. As a matter of fact, Southern California Edison, just a few years ago, had to pay out. Look at this. $80 million back in 2017. I remember when this fire happened. Some people was like, oh, they did that on purpose. It's a master plan behind it. Nah, nigga. Literally somebody who worked at Edison was negligent and they had to pay out $80 million from that fire. But I remember coming on Twitter saying, no, it's a master plan. It's a master plan. Somebody did that on purpose because it's all a master plan. Man, shut the fuck up. You don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to act like I know. But it's people out there who are affected. So the least you can do is, know that, nigga, you don't know none of this shit, man. This shit be boiling out here, for real, for real. Shit be boiling. So that's another one of the fires. The other fire is up here, the Hearst fire. This is up where, like, when y'all talk about like WAC 100, this his hood up here. Silmar area. They kicked out of black people. This is like mostly Mexicans up here. This is like mostly Mexicans up here. They shit burning. So it's burning like a motherfucker. Oh, he got the huge fire up here at Castaic. But we don't know what's going on. So have some damn respect for the people out there who are losing their shit, all right? You don't know. You don't know. But as you see up here, it's boiling. And you see and they just had a fire. They just opened up Topanga recently. Because they had like a fire last year. And you know what's going to happen after these fires, right? Mudslides. Mudslides like a motherfucker. I'm going to show y'all some pictures just in the last 2 weeks. Me bouncing around this town in some of these areas that are on fire. Let me show you some pictures. Let me airdrop some pictures of myself. But yeah, you see all this going on. And also back here, these fires. There's a fire that broke out right over here in this area. This is the Encino area, not too far from Michael Jackson, the Havenhurst estate. There are fires going on not too far from where Catherine Jackson and the Havenhurst estate is. Right here. Right here is the Havenhurst Jackson family home. And right now, is that area, they're already under evacuation. This whole area right now is under evacuation. This whole area. These are rich folks, but on this side of Ventura, it ain't no fire going on or happening. But all this shit, I got a homeboy I got a few people. Matter of fact, I know quite a few people who live up in here. All this shit is under evacuation order right now. This whole area. This whole area is under evacuation right now. Same thing with Calabasas. Under evacuation right now. So it's wild right now, y'all. It's wild. It's wild, it's wild, it's wild. It is wild. But I was just in Malibu. Let me let these pictures load in. This shit moving slow. This was just last week. I was in Runyon Canyon. I like to walk Runyon Canyon. If you know Runyon Canyon in LA, this is Runyon. Runyon's not on fire, so thank God Runyon's not on fire. But this is close to that area just last week. That area, not the Hollywood, but that mountain you see behind Hollywood, the Hollywood sign, that hoe's on fire now. Not the Hollywood sign, but behind it. But there was a fire here recently, a couple years ago. These are pictures I took from 6 in the morning on Runyon Canyon. This just last week. This is Malibu right here. I was in Malibu on the beach last week, just chilling. Me and the wife went up down Malibu, and we was chilling. That fire done got all the way down here. I didn't take any pictures of the hillside, but right behind me, from where I took these pictures of last week, that shit gone. Right behind where I took these pictures last week, that shit is gone. So let's tune into the news. I don't want to hear him. Let me find another news channel.
That says Long Beach Fire Department. So a number of agencies, multiple agencies, that's Sheriff's Department right here, coming through to give as much aid as they can to this very rapid and developing situation.
65 degrees means a whole lot, Barry.
Here, it looks like Long Beach
we good where we at.
Decided to park here. They're kind of scoping out the area to see what they can do, who they can save, what properties they can save. But we do know that at least 100 structures have been burned so far in the Eden fire. You can see the power lines that are also coming down, which is also a dangerous situation as well. So the majority of people have evacuated this area, but you do have some people like James who are still behind.
Certainly you want to leave that kind of work to the professionals. I understand it's tough to leave your life behind like that, but you're not going to have those memories if you don't have your life. You have to make way for fire crews to be able to get in there and protect people in that neighborhood. Thank you, Coco, for those images. Want to tell you some evacuation numbers now for the Eaton fire. This is reported by the Angeles National Forest just before 4 o'clock this morning. Over 52,000 residents and nearly 21,000 structures are now under those evacuation orders. As far as evacuation warnings go, over 46,000 residents and 18,051 structures are now under those warnings. So the Angeles National Forest also put out this update just after 3 o'clock this morning that residents north of Woodbury to the 210 freeway and east of JPL Laboratories are under evacuation orders. Evacuation warnings are now in effect for residents north of the 210 freeway and east of Angeles Crest to the JPL. They note an evacuation center at the Pasadena Convention Center there. And finally, there's new road closures for the Eaton fire. This was announced just after 6:30 this morning. So Angeles Crest Highway 2 is now closed from La Cañada Flint Ridge to Angeles Forest Highway. Also, Angeles Forest Highway is closed at Big Tahunga Road.
All right, we're going to go back out to Santa Monica where Alex is covering that news conference with President Biden and Governor Newsom. Alex, you're there? Okay, we will.
We're at the Pacific Palisades Bowl
momentarily. Covering the Palisades fire. Gigi?
Hi, Gigi.
Oh, good morning. You know, the signal issues have been challenging all morning. So good morning, everyone. Not a good morning here on PCH. Take a look behind me. This is the Pacific Palisades Bowl Mobile Estates. And can you hear that wind that is just keeping up? The wind gusts have been
Central Cast, and I was actually on the
strong,
episode
and they
of
have
the TV
not
show
let
recently.
up. And that is what continues to fan the flames of the Palisades fire. Just a moment ago, before going live, a lady came up to me. She had tears in her eyes.
But look at this.
She asked me if anyone was injured here at the mobile home park. And she went on to explain she has a good friend that lives here and she doesn't know where she is. She doesn't know where they evacuated to. She doesn't know if she's all right. And she was crying and asking, do you know?
This is a mobile home park. See, I didn't even know in LA. In LA, they got these mobile home parks all over the place. Like, they don't let white people live in the hood. So what they do is they create trailer parks in the most prime of real estate. I didn't even know where this mobile, I know exactly where this is now, but I did not know where it was. I didn't know this shit existed until I was like, when I used to drive Uber. Let me show y'all where this is, where they are right now. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all where this is. Go back to the map. This happened when I used to drive Uber. I saw this lady had gotten in my car, and she didn't seem like she had money like that. But I was like, man, she live in Palisades. You go down Sunset, you go down PCH, and it's somewhere in here. Not Coastline, not there. That's Topanga. That's too far. It's too far. It's too far. Right here. No, is that Sunset? Where is it? Here it is. This is a trailer park. Like, white folks get to they don't make white people live in the hood out here. White people don't live in the hood. They get to come up in here, and here's the beach. Remember I told y'all the beach is right behind me when I took that picture? This is the beach. And then the white folks get to live in these trailer parks. But unfortunately, it seems as if that trailer park burned down, because this is that trailer park. This is that same trailer park right here. Wow. Whoa. Man, I feel bad for these people, man. I don't give a fuck. Some shit is beyond, like, race and all that shit. Man, this shit's humanity, dog. For real. Some shit's just straight up humanity. Look at this. This is how it looks. This is that same trailer park that's on the news right now. This is that same trailer park right here. This is it normally, and this is it now. My. No, El Dollar. Palisades is below Malibu. Palisades is right when you get out of 10 and go north on the PCH. Palisades is right there at Temescal Canyon. Malibu's not till you passed. Malibu's past that. Damn, this is crazy. From this to this. Oh, not that one. Let me just close them other tabs. This is crazy. This is crazy. Wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm gonna have some call-ins in a little bit. Let me see. Host a meeting. Copy. Let me see here. There we go. Wow. This is what they talking about.
A dire situation for everybody who is out there right now.
And even if you're not directly in the evacuation zones or in the path of the direct fire and all the smoke that's in the area, your lungs can still take a beating from this, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we have winds that are there, right? And these particulate matters are so small you cannot see them with the naked eye. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I'm out in Rancho Palos Verdes in the South Bay, and we can smell the smoke out here. This morning, my kids were on their way to school because their school was still open, and I handed everyone a KN95 mask that I had laying around.
Inglewood, good.
And they looked at me like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Go outside, guys." And
yes, hurricane wind still.
Immediately smell the smoke. And so that is one thing I am recommending is, you know, if you have to be outside, make sure you are wearing proper masks. So N95 or KN95 preferred. Surgical mask or cloth masks are not going to do it because of how small.
That's crazy. You say your grandma's house passed?
We did see in, I believe it was Coco's live shot in Altadena, she was interviewing a man who was not using a mask. He was just using what I believe was a cloth with water on top of it. Can you talk about how dangerous that can be?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is you're still going to be inhaling everything. That's not going to be helpful, although you might feel like it's helpful. So the particles are so small that they're entering the nose, the mouth, and all the way penetrating deep into the lungs.
I'm telling y'all right now, it is dusty as fuck out here. I should have taken some pictures when I was outside, but it is dusty as fuck out here. Like, it is hella dusty. I mean, to the point to where everybody who got a white car, that shit brown right now. Everybody who has a white car, let me show y'all. Let me go to another news source. Go to KTLA. They see what they're talking about. Look at this.
Engulfed as well. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Chip. Well, as you can imagine, it's not just people that are being evacuated. There's also animals. And where these fires are taking place,
here we go.
You know, a lot of people have horses. And Andy Reesmeyer is standing by in Burbank. I assume you're at the Equestrian Center, correct, Andy?
Yeah, that is correct. Yes, that's right, Glenn. We are just off Riverside Drive here in the eastern part of Burbank, and you can see behind me, looking towards the east, behind all of these stables, that massive smoke plume that is reaching.
They said they're off Riverside Drive in Burbank. Let me show y'all where that is.
Which is in Altadena, some miles there behind us.
They said they're off Riverside Drive in Burbank.
The good news is, a lot
that Burbank is over here.
Matter there
Just to show you how like massive this is going on. You got the Palisades fire down here. Burbank Riverside Drive is right over in this area. So they said the equestrian center. The equestrian center is right over here.
Especially their horses here to the equestrian center. This place been
not too far from Dodger Stadium.
For all night, essentially accepting horses. They told me they still have some space available here. So
right here. I thought I was right.
Evacuated, or if they are
do I trust your gut? So this is where they are right here on the news.
Horses, this is a place that you can come, and it's a little bit. To be completely honest with you.
So if you have large animals, that's where you need to be at right there. That's right here off Riverside Drive, and that's not too far from Dodger Stadium.
For the past 24 plus hours.
Not too far from Dodger Stadium where the Dodgers play.
Don't want to speak. Many of the people who are organizing this don't want to speak because they're just trying to get.
Dodger Stadium down here, and my Hollywood Bowl is right down there.
Not super clear who's in charge at the moment, but they did say yes if you have horses.
The zoo is right here.
Not turning anybody away.
So that's where they are right here.
Amount of space here. They say that there are horses here from the Palisades fire.
It's horses here that came from Palisades. Wow. Somebody said, please remind me why do people can't live? Because we live out here, nigga. We not squares. That's why we choose to live in Southern California. Because it's live out here. That's why, nigga. I ain't had an earthquake since 94. This wildfire is extreme, but 99.9% of wildfires don't fuck with people. That's why. Landslides and all that shit is in other areas. It's certain risks to living in a live area. That's better than shoveling snow every goddamn October through March. Let me ask you this. Why the fuck do you choose to live in such a corny area, nigga? Nigga, you don't know who is responsible for the fires. Marcus Carter? That's the thing be tripping me out. These areas have been getting caught on fires for millennia on time. And people always want to say, well, somebody did it. How the hell do you know? Look at where these fires are happening. For the people who always say, why do you choose to live in California? Look at where the fires are happening. Let me teach you guys something about geography. This is a forest. And in forests, fires happen. You could either choose to live in the forest in a nice, beautiful home, or you can choose to live in the city where none of these things happen. Fires don't happen here. Mudslides don't happen here. An earthquake every 20 or 30 years might happen, but that doesn't happen here. That happens in forests. And you can choose, yes, I want to live near a forest, or choose not to live in a forest. That is your choice. California doesn't catch on fire. Forests in California catch on fire. And if you choose to live in a forest, that is the risk you take. Van Nuys will not catch on fire. Northridge will not catch on fire. Glendale will not catch on fire. South Central, Inglewood, Marina del Rey, Carson, Torrance, Cerritos, Santa Fe Spring, where 95% of people who live in LA will not catch on fire. 98% of the people who live in LA will not catch on fire. But if someone chooses to move in a forest, that's the risk that they take. And they pay the high insurance premiums for it. It's always somebody live in some goddamn loser city with $2 a month rent saying, why would you live in Cali? Because we like doing shit. That's why. Because it's live out here. And most of us choose not to live in the forest. So those of us who don't live in the forest ain't got to worry about mudslides and fires. Jeez. Jeez. But look at the greater Los Angeles area. Look at the greater Los Angeles area. This will not catch on fire. Only these forests catch on fire. That's why niggas like me choose not to live in a forest. You dig? Don't take it personal. Now let's check back in with the news. What they talking about?
Pierce College, also a big one in Woodland Hills. All right, let's get to Kimberly Chang. She, of course, covering the Palisades fire. Are you on Sunset Boulevard?
Glenn, yes, we're on Sunset Boulevard, and if you take a look here, this is the cross street of Rivas Canyon Road, and you can see this house. This is what I was trying to show you earlier before we lost connection. But this home, when we arrived maybe about an hour ago, there was a column of flames. It was up in smoke, fire, and it has burned down, as you can see. If you take a look here on Sunset Boulevard, you can see another home destroyed right next to it. But there are homes that have been saved. Let's try to take a walk down here if we can and move out of the way of the firefighters here. I can tell you there have been a lot of resources that we've seen in this neighborhood, a lot of fire crews from all over the state. We have seen them here putting out hot spots. Again, like I said, that house was up in flames and we could hear explosions, at least 4 or 5 loud booms. And now that has, they've put that out and now they are just going around the neighborhood. We could see here some of the residents. We actually spoke with this resident, Jamie Siminoff, earlier. He evacuated, or he wasn't here. His family evacuated, and then he came back in. He walked in from Santa Monica because he wanted to see how his house was looking, and he told me that it's a mix of emotions because he can see that his house is okay. Part of the fence, as you can see, has collapsed and has burned. A lot of his neighbors' homes, though, have been destroyed. But again, his property is still standing.
Let me show y'all where that at, where they are right there. They are in Palisades. They said Sunset. So that means they're right over here around this bend. That tells me that this area right here is what's burning down. Just based on my memory, my knowledge of the area, that's right up in here. A lot of these houses you can't see. These are some of the most expensive homes out there, yo. This area, oh my God. This is what's burning right now. So as you see how that neighborhood is laid out, this is what's burning. Yeah, this is probably where they at. See, they were at that gate. It's probably where they at. Jeez. Yeah, that's like right in this area. That's right over here where all these... I know this area very well. Yeah, Millie Drive. Yep. All this shit's on fire, y'all. Right up in here.
It still will be a beautiful community, but it's hard to see how much impact this has had here.
You said your family had to evacuate while you were out of town yesterday. What was it like for them getting out of here?
They got out early, and I think that was a smart thing. We thought we were fine. We just wanted to be safe and also out of the way of all the emergency services. We actually walked back in, so we didn't bring a car back in. You know, they got out. They were safe. That was good. I knew that. And then today,
Rivas Canyon
back, I decided to come here.
Road, okay.
I felt like it was safe enough that if the house was still here, that we could kind of help the firemen and try to help keep things from catching back up, because I know once it starts going, it's like then there's just nothing to do to stop it.
Not planning on staying though, right?
If it stays like this, I'll stay here. I'll definitely stay here.
So this is where they are right now in the news, right here.
I think there's also some looting going on and stuff. So I think
this white boy worried about looting.
Jamie was telling me earlier that.
So this is Rivas Canyon Road right here.
Watching on his Ring cameras, of course, trying to see.
Now somebody got that shit for sale.
What could you see?
Hopefully they sold it in time.
So we could see flames and stuff, but it's hard to tell like the perspective of where that is. I mean, fire always looks closer, so I don't know if it was close or far. I mean, now we might have been seeing some of the flames from the neighbors' houses. I then used the Ring alarm, which actually is battery backup and cellular. I kept turning it on and off, and so all the sensors, when they were on, I felt like maybe the house was still there. And so I kind of had a feeling the house was still here, but I really didn't know until we got here inside. And, it's luckily it is just things. We're safe, and I hope everyone stays safe. I mean, I think that's what matters.
You were saying earlier the firefighters are heroes.
These heroes are I mean, it's unbelievable. These people are, they're here. These aren't their houses.
Wow, see.
And they're out here protecting themselves. You can even just feel the heat coming off of this.
See, a lot of my sister and my brother's high school classmates. Hell, a lot of my friends' classmates, they shit is gone. Shit. So this is what's going on now. Let's see what else is going on.
Right now,
that shit is all.
I mean,
is okay, but then you look around and you just see home after home destroyed in
this neighborhood.
We've walked up a little bit. Again, we're on Sunset Boulevard here. Now the cross street is Brooktree Road. And you can just see, again, still a lot of hot spots, and there are a lot of resources that are out here right now. We've seen firefighters just moving through, putting out those hot spots and moving to another location. And just back over that way by Brooktree Road, when we turn back around, you'll see that there's still a lot of smoke
this area
coming
right
from
here.
that area. Earlier, it was just thick black smoke in that area.
See, I could never live in this area, man. My dad would always.
There now the smoke is kind of dissipated a little bit. It looks a little white.
I remember when my sister and my brother went to Palisades High. Sometime when my dad would be waiting on my sister to be like done with like practice, softball practice, me and my dad would go driving through here. And he'd be like, my pops would always be like, man, this is a nice area, but man, this shit catch on fire too much. This is the conversation me and my dad was having back like in 93. We talking like 1993, 94, 92. Pops was like, man, he's like, first off, I ain't living around all them white folks. That was my dad's first thing he said. I love my dad. My dad was like, man, first off, I ain't living around all them white people. Second off, man, hell nah. You ain't about to get me up over there. Let me see, this is where they are. Sunset and Brooktree Road. My dad would be like, man, hell nah. You ain't about to get me up over there around them white folks. And they be burning like that. So y'all see all this fresh vegetation. This is how it looks when it's not burning. This is how it looks. So this is not all of LA. These are in forested areas. These are in forested areas. Bruce said, I smell the smoke from here in New York. Damn. Hey, y'all be nice. Y'all be nice. Y'all be nice. Oh, yeah, Chris. My man Chris is here. Yeah, this was Chris's high school, Palisades. See, I went to Westchester. Chris, you decided to go to Pali. You, Aaron, Dion, all y'all. Most of my elementary school friends like Chris. I went to elementary school with Chris. And me and Chris lived like 3 or 4 blocks from me. But Chris and them niggas decided to go to Palisades High. I said, hell nah, I'm going to Westchester. Yeah, Chris, you went to Pally. And again, this is Palisades High, which is boiling down right now. This Pally High is up over in this area. Hell nah. I went to Westchester. This is my high school right here. NBA University, NBA High. A lot of your favorite basketball players of the last 20 years have gone to the NBA out of this school. My alma mater, Westchester. See, we right by the airport. Ain't shit burning at Westchester, Chris. Ain't a motherfucking thing burning at Westchester. But Palisades, man, y'all fucked. Y'all are F-U-C-K'd. And I know I didn't spell that right on purpose. The Getty Villa, this shit right here, it burned around this yesterday, but not on it. See, these wealthy dirt shit white folks, this shit ain't burning. The Getty, where all that stolen art is. See, the Getty Villa, these trees burned around that motherfucker, but they did not burn the Getty Villa. Hell motherfucking nah, they wasn't gonna let that happen. And you Pally niggas, this y'all high school, y'all shit boiling. I bet you did always run through that area. My nigga Chris be running marathons and shit. So I know you done ran through this. Didn't you run like the New York? This motherfucker be running marathons in like Europe, all over the goddamn place. Y'all did have a good ass track and field team though at Pally, Chris. I gotta give y'all credit because y'all got to run these mountains every day. But yeah. Let's see what this white dude talking about.
We're not going to get a break in the weather, which means this fire isn't going to let up either. Erratic winds all over this fire perimeter, and we know that acreage is unfortunately going to continue to grow.
Here in Malibu, we've been keeping our eyes on the hillsides. We've been seeing workers out, people looking at their property. We saw the concerning shot, right? The black plume of smoke coming in this area. Should we be concerned at all? Or is it too hard to tell given the probability of the wind?
I think folks should absolutely be ready. Make sure that you know if you're in evacuation warning or order area, and know that a new start can happen anywhere and completely change the game, pulling resources away. So even if you're not in the affected area right now, you got to be ready to go. This is a long-term weather event that we're experiencing, and this is just the beginning.
Lives are, of course, a priority, but it's so hard to watch. We've been receiving the emails, the concern, the community all over when you watch these structures burn, right? And you want to make sure that you're protecting the individuals, but there aren't enough resources, so that's what officials have had.
Let's see here.
Decades because of the fact that the entire street gets decorated for Christmas and the holidays. But right now, obviously, that is a situation where there are a couple of homes on fire. And as Ian was saying, he's concerned that the entire street could go up in flames. And now you can see that the LA County Sheriff's Department is here, as well as LA County Fire Department. They are just trying to make sure that everyone is evacuated and safe. And the LA County Fire Department will shortly be trying to battle the flames here at the Altadena Baptist Church. But you can imagine how difficult this is for the parishioners of this church. So many memories happen within churches as well as these homes that are on fire. I'll send it back to you.
Baptist Church.
And one of the points, Coco, he was making is that he had to go back to try to get his pills. So thank you so much. This is a situation that a lot of people are probably dealing with at this point, but it's best not to go back, to return to these areas that there are mandatory evacuation orders in place. So the damage, of course, and personal safety are top priorities for many people, but the factor of medications is another one. We do have Jeff Gross, the owner of Mickey Fine Pharmacy and Grill, and he's...
They said Altadena Baptist Church is on fire. That's right here. Damn, this is in the city part too. This ain't even in the forest. So that's this area right here that's on fire. Lake, off Lake. Yep. That's right by my old house that I used to own. So yeah, so you see this fire is going down into the city part, not even near the brush fire. See, them embers are flying over through all that wind. It just landing, them embers land on the roof. Man, that's it. Man, I hope people got some pressure washers or something to spray it. If you got a pressure washer, or at least a water hose with one of them little wumpty wham nozzles on the end, wet your roof up. This stuff like this can cause a lot of mental stress on people. A lot of mental, it's tough because areas that you're used to seeing, friends that places that you're used to going, that can be very, 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 very tough to deal with. So mental health is very, very, very important. I want to see people taking care of their mind. And for that, it might be some people watching. I know I got a lot of people from California that watch me, or you may know someone from California. We just had mental health hypnotherapy awareness day this past Saturday. So what I said, it's a lot going on. And I know a lot of y'all be wanting to know what's going on and everything. So I have Kendall here. I got somebody else's email address in it. Kendall, let me put your contact information in right here. What is it?
It's not going to happen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. You're live now.
Okay.
We got Kendall.
Hey, everyone.
We got Kendall here with us. Y'all see her. She's a My Hypnosis with Kendall. Y'all see her all the time in the chat. I felt this is a good time to talk to Kendall because there's a lot of nonsense going on and we see this stuff. And I want to talk to Kendall about, how people can prepare themselves with what's going on. So Kendall, you see what's going on here in California. You see what's happening around the country. First off, tell them who you are, what you do, and then we're going to get in and talk about it. Let's start off that way.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kendall Cobb. I'm a hypnotherapist with over 27 years of professional experience, and I help people change their lives through hypnosis and counseling. So, yes, Saturday was World Hypnosis Day. It's an annual occurrence, and it's used to help people understand the benefits of hypnotherapy. And unfortunately, we weren't able to link up on that day, but today is a great day to do it considering what's going on. I've been watching the news, off and on today, and it's devastating. And considering that the insurance companies are straight up thieves, these people are not going to get that insurance money like they think they are. So lots of stress, and just watching it, just knowing that people are going through that kind of stress is stressful. Even if it's not your own loss, seeing other people's loss, and just the uncertainty that life brings, nobody expects that to happen. So hypnosis is one of those things that you can use to mitigate stress, know how to handle it, put it in its proper place, tuck it away, deal with what you have to deal with, process it in a healthy way so that it doesn't come back to haunt you.
Okay. And so, how would this, what are some things that you see people that are seeing what they're seeing, they're getting this vicarious trauma, even though they may not be directly involved? What are some, tips? Do you have any tips or helpful things that people can do to help de-stress when they're seeing all this nonsense?
Breathing, breath work is very helpful.
Okay.
Breath work helps to regulate your nervous system, and that's really important. So when you can get that breath under control, that really helps to bring it down and help you to be able to regulate to a certain extent. Yoga is good. Meditation is good. All of those things. Some of, they're learned behaviors. It is something that you have to learn, but it's definitely beneficial.
Okay. It's beneficial. What are some what about as far as like, do you have any recommendations as far as like exposure to the news? How long people should be watching this kind of stuff before, like, should people, any kind of cues or anything when they should stop?
I'm so glad you asked that question. Yes. You can't fill up on it. You know, it's like watching a train wreck. It impacts you. And while it may not directly affect you, yes, it affects your psyche. So small doses. You don't need to know every last little thing that's happening. You don't have to see all the, all the destruction. Check in, check out. Now, if you live in California, of course, you have more of a need to know what's going on because you may have friends, relatives, people that you care about. So you're going to give it a little more attention, but you really don't want to focus on it too much. You know what's happening, but pull away. When you really start to feel it, pull away. You don't need to really digest every little thing that's being shown on the screen.
Yeah,
because at a point, it's vulgar.
Yeah, you're right about that. At a point, it is vulgar. For those of you who want to get in contact with Kendall, her email address is right here. You see on the screen, Kendall@hypnosiswithkendall.com. And she can help you with, because, whether it be this and, on the East Coast, you got, what about, now that we're here, we got the snowstorms going on the East Coast. And I know that you're more East Coast and you're more familiar with that side than I am.
I heard you talking shit earlier.
What are some things you can say to help those people out?
You mean weather-wise, to stay safe?
Like to stay safe, and to
hunker down. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. But what I will say to people in the East is you have to learn to commune with nature. So it's 2025. There's nothing that they don't make to keep you warm. I go out walking in the woods. I have what I call my hot pants, but they're actually winter hiking pants. I have hiking boots. I have my snowboarding jacket. I have good gloves, good hat and mittens, scarf, and it feels great. You will hate the winter if you don't engage with it. But if you dress warmly, get out there, get the sun on your face. Just because it's cold doesn't mean there isn't sun. Get out there, get the sun on your face, get the crisp air. It's wonderful. And there is a time when I did not like the cold. I will admit it, but I've learned to love it, and I don't avoid it. If you avoid it, it makes your winters too long and too sad.
You see Rocky right here? Rocky is saying,
so cute.
Yeah, this is Rocky right here. I tried to take Rocky out walking, and he saw all this goddamn smoke outside. He was like, hell no. Rocky said, I'm not fucking with that ash out there. So yeah, y'all need to be safe. So here we go. So yeah, but thank you, Kendall, for letting us know what to do. Y'all need to go ahead, for, whether it be this kind of stuff or whatever you do, make sure your mind is good. And Kendall has done again, personal testimony has done wonders with what she does, not only for me, but family members and also friends of mine that she's helped out.
Do you know how many of your listeners, your viewers, I've seen?
Yeah, you have seen a fair amount. Yeah, you have. And there's no part about it. They all have good reviews. Yeah. And they all have great reviews. So I always, put your name out there because of how, satisfied people are with your work.
And I appreciate you so much for that. I really do.
Thank
you have dope viewers. I love them.
Yes, they are. Let's give a hand clap to the viewers out there. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
For sure. So thanks again, Kendall.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye,
Take
bye,
care,
y'all.
everyone. Take care of your emotional
Tell
health.
Kendall bye as we get back. Thanks again, Kendall.
Then get off my phone.
So that was Kendall. Yeah, so let's get back in. So make sure y'all take advantage, because it's very important that you keep your mind safe. This is a lot of trauma. It's a lot of drama. It's a lot of nonsense. And if you keep it on the news, it's going to keep getting, it's bad out there. So make sure you take care of your mind, all right? Take care of your mind. Hypnosis, Kindle at hypnosiswithkindle.com, and that's Kindle with an E, not an A. All right? So make sure y'all take advantage. Let's see what they're talking about here.
That's because so many houses continue to burn today. Now, we're the Mobile Estate Park here on Pacific Coast Highway. We believe, and we say believe because it's hard to tell, that this was the office of the Pacific Palisades Bowl Mobile Estates. And we believe that because there are rows of filing cabinets right there. You can see paper sorters, different office supply items. And just look at the damage done. And we were talking to a resident here. He told us there were about 187 mobile homes here, and they all appear to be excuse me, the air is thick with smoke and ash. They all appear to be a total loss here. I'm going to have photographer Tony Butita just pan around. I'll try to get out of the way here. It's just overwhelming.
Again, y'all,
and the folks that live here, they basically pay a rental fee. Andy Rocker, who has a house here, was telling us that it's under rent control and they pay a fee. Not everyone has insurance. A lot of these folks were senior citizens. A lot of the folks just working class people. There is a misconception that if you live by the beach or you live in Pacific Palisades, then you're automatically extremely wealthy, as if that would change the pain of losing your home and all of your belongings, and a lot of those belongings that cannot be replaced. So these folks hit extremely hard. This mobile home park has been here for decades, we believe. It's just part of the fixture right across the street from the beach, from Pacific Coast Highway.
Right here.
The damage here is extensive. And this is just one area. You're
all
talking
this
about
shit burned down.
We heard thousands of structures. We have no idea. We've seen, I don't know, 50. Well, there's 187 here, plus the 50 to 75 that we've seen in the Palisades area. Just block after block of total devastation. We were speaking to the Catholic Archdiocese. The damage done to the Corpus Christi Catholic Church in the Palisades, a staple there for the Catholic community of the Palisades, is extensive. They were trying to get confirmation that the fire did spread into the sanctuary. We know they lost at least one building. The Ralph's Supermarket on Sunset Boulevard, a total loss. We've never seen an entire supermarket where basically just the walls were standing. There was nothing in between the walls. We have never seen
the Ralph's on Sunset is gone.
We've covered horrible fires. The Sayer fire that had so much loss. The Woolsey fire, where so many homes were also lost. But today,
so, I mean, this
we're just
Sunset
seeing
is
home after home, block after block.
This Ralph's is gone.
Extremely hard, including relatives' homes of folks that work at Fox 11. We've been listening to Maria Quibon talk about her brother-in-law's home. We went to it, a complete loss, just one of so many. And you've also heard that 2 people lost their lives in the Eaton fire. Coco McAvoy doing a wonderful job covering that fire. So there is going to be a human toll to this, because a lot of folks here have been hospitalized, including a firefighter with a serious head injury. You are looking live at a car that was left in a driveway. Well, what's left of a car. The wheels just melted right off, just melted into the ground there. And nothing, absolutely nothing left of people's homes. Earlier we did see 2 ladies, and they were sifting through the dirt, and we see this a lot. People come back, they try to identify where the room was, where maybe they had something that meant a lot to them that may not have been burnt,
so bad for these people.
Caught in some kind of an air.
Anybody want to call in? Let me know your thoughts. Anybody want to call in and express their thoughts and opinions on what's going on? 323-744-7425. 323-744-7425. Anybody want to talk? Rocky's sitting here looking in the mirror at herself. You okay, Rocky? You okay, Rocky? Hey, Rocky. Anybody want to call in? 323-744-7425. 7425. But just to get a quick recap on what's going on here in areas that are affected. For those of you who just tuning in, you want to see the areas that are affected. This is that Rouse. No, it wasn't that Rouse. That's Hollywood Rouse. It couldn't be that Rouse. It has to be this Rouse over here, not that Rouse. This Rouse over here that's burning, not that one I just showed. The one over here on Sunset. Rustic Canyon. Dang. Right over here. Oh, here is the Palisades, the Lutheran. They're saying this church is on fire. Damn. All this shit. But for those to give a recap, people, the areas that are on fire is this area right here that's adjacent to this Palisades area. You got the Hearst fire up here in Sylmar. This area is on fire right now. And you got the Eaton fire that's eating up Altadena. Man, it's over here near my man Freeze Love. He used to live over here back in the day. Freeze Love and them niggas grew up over here off Sacramento Street. Like whole neighborhoods, whole blocks over here in this area of Altadena are burned down to a crisp. As far as the rest of metropolitan Los Angeles, is fine. The Valley's fine. The greater LA is fine. But people who live up along Monrovia, people who live, along the foothills of this mountain range, this is the Angeles National Forest. People who live along the foothills of the Angeles National Forest they're in danger. They are in immediate danger if you're living along the foothills of that area. But if you're down here in the South Central in the hood, Gardena, Compton, Lakewood, we are far, 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 far away from that. I want to show you this other picture I got. Make sure you you hit up Kendall and call Kendall. If you want to get in contact with Kendall, get a pen and paper right now and write 1-800-396-MIND, MIND. 1-800-396-MIND. Or also email Kendall Kendall@hypnosiswithkendall.com. Or the phone number 1-800-396-MIND. Because shit, niggas' minds need to get cleaned out with all this shit going on here. God damn. I remember I used to go up here. It was somebody I knew that lived up here in Mandeville Canyon. I'd always be like, man, ain't no way in hell I could live up here. Because it's like one way in and one way out. This area that's burning is a forest. And again, hopefully Murphy's Ranch, if this fire does anything good, it'll take this place out. Again, this was Murphy's Ranch, a former Nazi facility. This was a Nazi training ground back during the World War II days. Let me give you a few more images. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? I guess you didn't answer. Call back, call if you want to call. If you want to call in, call back. This is a picture I took earlier. That is not rain clouds, people. That is smoke coming from that area. That is not rain clouds. There's another picture I took. This is my ashtray. There we go. What's up, caller? Well, one second, caller. I went to go smoke some reefer this morning. My outside ashtray. I had to smoke ash from the fire on top of my blunt this morning. That's how bad it was. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's going on?
Okay. Hey, Juwan, this is Janae from Hawthorne. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I wanted to get your opinion about what's been in terms of city services, and I don't know if you were watching the news earlier, but they had a conference about just how LA City wasn't really prepared. They don't have enough firefighters and stuff to handle all these 4 fires, but I follow a lot of the different city accounts on Twitter, and one of the things that Ken Medea, who is the LA controller, has been warning people about the budget in LA in terms of city cuts because of LAPD liability payouts. And so one of the cuts that was significant was the fire department, which was I think it was like $17 million in...
$17.5 million.
Yeah. So I was wondering what you thought. I shudder at the thought. What's happening right now with these fires, it happens so fast. But I shudder at the thought of if we have a real bad earthquake in terms of city services and how the city is managing the budget in terms of with LAPD and paying out all these different liabilities. I just wanted to get your opinion about that.
I'm glad you brought that up. As a matter of fact, this is the picture I took this morning from the Costco gas in Hawthorne. So for those of you looking, this is this morning in Hawthorne where she's calling from. This is how the air was looking this morning. And again, that is not rain clouds. That's smoke. See, the thing is, there's a comprehensive report that's getting ready to come out. It was supposed to come out around Thanksgiving. They're delaying it probably because of how scathing it is. But it's a comprehensive report of all the money that LA's having to pay out because of settlements from the LA County Sheriff and the LAPD, and how much racism is costing the city. And you're right. That cost report went directly into the budget for the LA County Fire Department. And they don't do controlled burns, which they should, because of all these fucking environmentalists out here. We can't do a controlled burn because of what it's going to do to the animals. Well, it's burning right now, goddammit. And it's really the people up in the Palisades. They be the main environmentalists talking about how they don't want to do controlled burns. And then you have the homeless thing. They spent it was something recently I heard, there's something like $30 or $40 million that have been lost in regards of homelessness. So I think what we're seeing right now with these natural disasters and all these is a convergence. And it's going to make people really, white supremacy isn't enough for them to rein the police in and police terrorism in. It's not enough. Them killing black folks and shooting us and doing all kind of shit. They have something like 20 police helicopters, and those police helicopters cost at least 10 grand every time they go up in the air, and they got like 20 of them, and all of that stuff went directly into this. And so with this fire, along with insurances being canceled, what that does is it's going to make the city, the state, and the county pay for this stuff. And I think ultimately, long term, is going to rein in a lot of the bullshit going on with the LAPD and a lot of that's going on. It's like by hook or by crook, you motherfuckers is going to fix this nonsense. And so if they don't fix it, God going to help them.
Yeah, it's interesting. People are going in on Karen Bass. Right now she's in Ghana. I don't know,
yeah, she in Ghana.
Celebrating. Yeah, and so I don't know what's your opinion about how she's governing LA.
She taking care of the Africans and the Mexicans more than the African Americans, aka black people, because that homeless money ain't doing shit.
Right.
And so,
you know, and I'm a social worker, you know, and I know LA County in terms of the services, homeless services, and, you know, I just want to make people know that, you know, the way they make it seem as though trying to get people off these streets, there's so much red tape, there's so much criteria, there's so much eligibility issues. Like, if you know, you got to have, like, one left eye, one, you know, finger, and, you know, 2 toes in order to get housed. So, you know, they try to say that, you know, in terms of the budget and you know, all these different funds that are going towards, you know, these services, you know, it's not easy to get people off the streets in terms of how they set up, you know, the infrastructure to get people off the street. So it's very interesting, you know. It's a very interesting dynamic.
It's a definite convergence going on right now, that the things that they should be fixing, that they've been refusing to fix, they're going to have to fix now. Including them insurance companies.
It's insane. Yeah, it's insane. So, yeah, I just wanted to get your opinion. Appreciate everything that you're doing. You're doing great work. I look forward to your broadcast. And, yeah, just keep up the good work.
Thank you again. I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, bye-bye. This is a picture I took of the moon last night. The moon is looking as golden as the sun. This is just the haze that's over the moon I took from a picture I took last night. So, yeah, man, it's a whole lot. Man, what happened? There we go. Why in the hell ain't this shit showing up? I'm trying to show y'all this. There we go. What's up, Carter? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing, man? This is Callie Monk from South Central.
Callie Monk from South Central. What's on your mind?
Are we live right now?
Yeah, we live.
Oh, okay, my bad. All right, so my main question is, in your opinion, I mean, I know you can't really say exactly what it is, but do you think it has something to do with the insurance company, like some bad characters, you know, wanting to do that, you know, to get the money, or do you think that it's some other people, you know, it's kind of like, you know, trying to get some stuff started? You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? There's all types of theories that's roaming out there, but, you know, I'm pretty much just concerned for my, you know, family safety and everything. So I just wanted to know.
That's cool. Good question. I'm glad you asked it that way. Look, I think that there's always, you can never put anything past the white supremacists. You know, let's just start off by saying that, you know, when they want to control things and everything, you cannot put anything past these people. But at the same time, some shit just natural. You know? Some stuff just shit, sometimes shit just happens. You know? Yeah. And we had the warnings out here. We had the warnings out here. You know, these things is happening during a natural time for something like this to happen. You know, this stuff like this happens when it's windy. It's like in LA, we know when it's windy and dry, all right, it's a good chance some shit about to boing, you know? It's like we know that already. And so this is happening at a time to where it's natural for it to happen. So you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know.
What about what about this theory though? That's those people's lands and those people's houses and palisades is sitting on indigenous land. You know what I mean? Before they came here and started developing all that stuff and building all those mansions and the swimming pools and living it up, it was indigenous Native Americans there. You know
I believe that's always at play, because I remember when I grew up in the 90s, it seemed like every year back in the early 90s, episodes of Sally Jesse Raphael was getting interrupted for wildfires and mudslides. And the way they took that land in Malibu was something serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the way they stole that land in Malibu. And so I'm always thinking, the ancestors are at work in some kind of way, because it's Malibu, Palisades, and when Operation Paperclip happened here in Southern California, in Nazi Germany, they moved a lot of those Nazis here to Southern California, specifically Malibu, Palisades, and those areas. So you got a lot of your Nazis that were moved to those areas, and those areas oftentimes seem to be the ones that are most affected by these natural disasters.
Right. Makes sense.
So this is one of them situations where, man, the best we can do is just say, hey, we don't know what's going on, but like I said, I don't put anything past, nature, because nature cleanses itself, and I believe I'm a firm believer in you leave nature alone. I love nature, and that's why I like to visit nature and not live up in that shit. Humans, we live in cities, goddammit, and these people want to move up there in the. That's the risk you take when you move up there near in nature. That's just God right there. Forest burn. That's just what happens.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, man. Thanks for answering the question, man. This is my first time tuning in to the show, so I'm just because I was wondering, like, nobody's saying anything, like, none of the YouTubers and people that I follow saying anything. I'm just glad that somebody's opened up their platform, man, to talk about these things, because some people are lost. They don't know what to do right now.
Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. People are lost, man. For real. Thanks for giving us a call, man.
Okay. Oh, no problem, man.
Yeah. Yeah, California got other problems too. Here in Palos Verdes, it's not burning, but this area up here in Palos Verdes, man, this shit is sliding off into the ocean. This shit is sliding off into the ocean to where they even closed this motherfucking chapel. I done seen so many people get married here. Most of them got divorced. But yeah, like a lot of this stuff over here is sliding into the ocean. But it's another one of them areas where they don't fuck with niggas. They got a black person, a nigga quota in these areas. And this area right now is sliding into the ocean as we speak. This time last year, this shit was sliding like they said upwards of a foot a day. Right here at Wayford's Chapel. And then down over here is Lunada Bay. This area down here you see, you can't go to those beaches. They got white boys down there that will kill you, literally. White Surfer Gang Beach is right here. Sacred Cove, all this stuff is White Surfer Beach. Portuguese Bend. You take your ass down to the beach down there, then white people will burn your car, and the only people you don't call is the police, and the police are former Lunada Bay boys, so you're not going to get help from them either. And they sliding off into the ocean as we speak. And that's to the south. And up here in Naziville, it is boiling. And it was just a big-ass fire here last week. Sereno Valley. I drove up through here last week. And all through down here was like evacuation centers. You see where it says temporary close? Point Magoo Beach. You see this? That's where this is right here. This picture I took was right over here. All of this was right here. This is where I took that picture from, right here. And a lot of that shit burned just a couple weeks ago. But yeah, man, it's bad out here right now. It is bad. All bad for these people. And my heart goes out to these people. Even the people in the trailer park. Maybe I'm not as mad. Like, you didn't see the trailer park burning. Like, you didn't see that. You didn't see that. No, there is no fog. That's smoke, brother. What you saw is not fog. What you saw is smoke.
This is DeAndre.
What's up, Carter? What's going on?
I was just trying to call and say, give my condolences for what's going on from in California. Calling from New Orleans area.
New Orleans area, yeah, man. It's bad out here, man. But shit, y'all, these people lost their whole goddamn neighborhoods and stuff, man. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm just sympathizing with what's going on because it's a lot of trauma going on right now. Things happening here, New Orleans, here in California, and New York, and everything.
It's like, a whole lot going on, man. And all over the country, East Coast, y'all under 1,000 feet of snow in the East Coast and down in the South. You know, you guys had to deal with hurricanes and all that stuff earlier this year, and so now, hey, the United States got a lot of people. You know, it done a lot. You know, the USA. Right. You know, it's just, you know, God. You know, fuck with God. You don't. You know, it's just, hey, it's all bad.
Definitely. After the event here in New Orleans, they put the city under a Tier 1 classification for protection for the upcoming parade season, and that's never really happened before. Meaning that federal agents will be here to help protect people and things like that.
Yeah, I'm about to have to spread them federal agents thin because California about to need some too. Shit. Yeah, man, but it's all you. I always watch it when they talk about federal agents in black places like New Orleans. You know, I always get real, you know, suspicious. But you know that everything ain't all bad. You know, remember this: when things burn down, part of fire is renewal. You know, fire means it's time to renew, and although it's bad. For those of you affected, there's always a silver lining around it. If you're still alive, if your family is good, then you good. Sitting here, Rocky over here, knocked out. So now you're starting to see the super scoopers come.
The essentials for people who've evacuated and gone south to Orange County. Really incredible. Also, Glenn, and we just want to mention, I looked up and you see that CAL FIRE aircraft helping, and thank goodness that air operations have resumed today. National Guard has been deployed in California as the Palisades fire continues to burn nearly 12,000 acres, more than 1,000 structures destroyed, and we are getting our first look from above. Glenn, Lou, Kai, I know you spoke earlier about the anxiety of getting that notification, or even if you're in the flats and you think, I'm far removed from this, hopefully it's not going to get closer. And unfortunately, for hundreds, if not thousands of people who never expected to evacuate, they had to do that last night. All right, Samantha, thank you so much for those updates. Really important stuff that you shared with us. We do have two more updates too. The Kings game tonight has been postponed, and also the Critics' Choice Awards has also been postponed. That was supposed to happen this coming Sunday.
All right, yeah, a lot of people live in them areas.
Wildfire. He is in Altadena, and last few times we've talked to you, Chip, you had some active flames and houses burning down.
Yeah, and that is still going on. We've moved up the street, though. We're in Altadena. We walk. We're at the border of Pasadena and Altadena. So on that side of the street, that is Pasadena. You can actually see some flames over there. A lot of smoke coming from that street. We're near Woodbury and Glenrose. We're on Woodbury on the Altadena side. Let's show you something going on here. You can see a couple of homes have been lost here.
Man.
But what's happening is they're trying to prevent.
What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from? You there, caller? Guess not. Oh shit. Let me see where they at. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
This is Yoga Dewan B calling from the ATL. Can you hear me?
I'm good, man. We can hear you, brother. What's going on, mine?
All right, I'm from the ATL, but I live by coastal up in North Cal, up by the Native American reservations on up near Oregon. But
Okay,
I want to bring this in perspective. See, I know what it feels like to drive through the 101 up there in North Cali, up past Santa Rosa, San Francisco, and the whole town be going the same way.
Yeah.
So I've seen it right there. Come back to Atlanta, come back down south, and we don't deal with that. Well, now a lot of people don't realize that's the desert out there. That grass is fake and stuff that you see in LA. That ain't real grass. And
it's real grass, brother. Trust me, it's real grass.
Well, yeah, I know that, but not like down in the south, like the lush green everywhere. So I want to look at this perspective. The most of the people that stay in the Palisades up in Malibu and all that, that's your rich European based Americans. Like you said, a lot of the Nazis and after World War II, all they got developed, and we say Nazis, but their nationality, they're German. They're the Germans. So so the Germans run Hollywood. The Germans are behind Mercedes-Benz and all of that. And so the Germans have a new name called Israelis when they moved the Germans after World War II over to Israel and around the world. But them the same Germans. And look at what's going on, just bringing out 2 points. The Germans, calling themselves Israelis, just bombed out all of Gaza Strip. Gaza Strip is about the same size as Malibu and the Palisades in land mass. It ain't that big. Gaza Strip is about the same size as the Palisades and Malibu. And then look at this also. All right, they just doing what they're doing in Gaza. And look at what's going on in the Palisades in Malibu, and the forest coming down to the ocean. That's the whole country, and all you immigrants, y'all are looking at this and y'all saying, oh, y'all saying all the rich, most of the Caucasian people come out the hills on Sunset and all that, and y'all say, oh, it's sad for them. Well, they did this in the 1920s and 30s. The U.S. military with the same white folks that we seeing their grandkids run out of the Palisades in Malibu, they did this in Rosewood, in Atlanta, and all the black towns across the country, but it was mobs of white people instead of how the Most High burning them out with the fire, the natural fire. This happened to black cities, and it was strategic. The government did this. So all this mourning, and we feel sorry for the people losing their property and stuff. So this is a lesson to everybody. They did this, what we seeing in Palisades and Malibu, they did this to all the black towns that were successful, from Oscarsville to Bruce's Beach to down south Rosewood. They burned up the small towns. Mars did, and it wasn't on fire. And so we went through this as a black community in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And it's just one side of the town in LA. But all the black cities got wiped out by white mobs just burning it down like this. And I just wanted to point that out and put that out there. So, yeah, it's the Most High. It's the Most High. And I'm going to land the plane there.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, peace.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff did happen to black people. There's black people didn't have any insurance. And the government didn't come in to help. But it's also like this area, Aldina, this is actually a black area. Black people have gotten gentrified out this area a lot, though. They just have black people on camera. This area here in Altadena is where they are. This is where they are right now. This is beautiful up here. But this used to be basically all, if we talk about the 80s, in the 80s, all this shit black back in the 80s. Back in the, before they started clearing shit out, black people out of this area about 15 years ago. Been doing the mid-2000s, early 2000s. But right now it's kind of mixed. Dang, this was by Joseph's house. What's up, Carl? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this your worst goddamn nightmare.
I thought this was your bitch ass.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, man, I want everybody to be safe. I hope everybody out there is okay, except for you. I hope a very direct wind blows just to you, not to Rocky or anybody else, and burns your bitch ass the fuck up. Not too bad, like first-degree burns.
Man, fuck you, nigga. Look. When this fire is over with, we gonna be good. I'll tell you one goddamn thing though. When it rain again, your ass gonna be right back to flooded, bitch. So
I don't live in a flood zone. Ozone.
This is gonna be your once a year ass occurrence. I'm looking through where they are right now, and they right by Joseph's house.
For real?
Yeah, where it's burning right now is let me see where Joseph lives. I forgot what street. I think Joseph lived on Meadowbrook. Sonoma. No, Joseph lived on Sonoma. Let me go to Joseph's house. Yeah, this is this is right by Joseph's house. Where it's burning right now. Where I'm watching on the news.
But the hood is okay though, right?
That area right there, they started moving black people out of that area a long time ago. So, but it's still black people who are in that area. But now the hood is good. This is Pasadena. And as weird as Pasadena is, I wish the Pasadena people good. It's full of fucking weirdos down there.
Well, I hope everybody's okay. I hope, it's not too much damage. I know it's a lot of damage, but I hope it stops. But I hope a very, very direct wind blows to you and kind of burns your ankles and feet up. Not too bad to where you can still walk, but you got to be laid up for like a week or two, dogs. Where you
would know, because you a goddamn Taliban terrorist ass nigga, so you would know exactly how to get that done, boy.
Yeah, well, I'm really trying to do that right now. So just know, man, stay inside.
Well, this is what you can do then. You can hop on your magic carpet and then fly your ass over to one of them fires and fall off that bitch. That's what I hope that happens. I hope your magic carpet malfunctions over PCH and you go and fall, nigga.
I mean, that was a horrible sound effect. Good God.
Because you're a horrible person, nigga.
Man, well, look, again, I want all y'all, if you listening from the area that's being burned up, I hope you all are safe, man. Keep some water on you. Like, I hope y'all have water. And Dewan, I hope you don't have no fucking water, bitch.
Hey, man, I can't even take my normal weed smoking breaks, dog. Shit.
Well, you said this morning it was ash and shit. You can smell smoke.
Dang, it's crazy. I'm getting a text. Get off my phone, nigga. I'm getting a text from a real nigga.
All right, ho.
I wanted to say the F word, but we on YouTube. I got a text from Kenneth Berry, one of my mods. He said a lot of the people that work the NFL Network live up in Palisades. And they just changed the PTO policy. Dang. Okay, my man Kenneth Berry, he's one of my mods. Yeah, he works at NFL Network. He said that a lot of people that work up at the NFL Network live up in that Palisades area right now that's affected. Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. But and again, you don't know if this shit is natural or if it's man-made or if it's a combination of both. Have some respect for the people who are burning right now and leave your theories between your ears. You did? Because you don't know.
Sure. Yes, we had a standby evacuation years ago in the previous large fire, but no, this was quite chaotic and quite stressful. The winds were just howling. It was horrific. We just packed up the cars and got the kids and just...
Oh shit! My old job was somewhere over here. Let me see where my old job is. If them motherfuckers boined, I wouldn't trip. Where my old job? I used to have a job up here, up in Pasadena. I forgot where it was. Oakland Ave. Was it here? No, that wasn't it. My old job was somewhere around here. Oh, yeah, it was over here. Los Robles. They were up here. Buckeye Street. I worked at this office for like 2 months. I was like, man, ain't no way in hell I'm be coming way the fuck out here. So my old office is up. No, they're kind of far away from the burn area. But shit.
No. The only fire I saw before was a campfire.
Damn, little man.
You're handling this like a champ. Very brave of you, and we hope that you guys, are able to get home safely. That your home is okay.
This is people's businesses, man.
Thank you guys so much for talking to us. And how long do you think you're going to be here today? We'll be here today. We'll be here tonight. We have no idea how long we'll be, but we're here. And so we've seen a lot of people from our church, a lot of people from our community. So it's comforting to know that we're not the only ones in this situation.
What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Appreciate it.
Hold on, let me mute this.
Here, guys. Like I said, I want to give you kind of an idea of what we're seeing out here. You folks approached me a second ago telling me that you guys are waiting for meals.
All right, caller, you there? I guess they hung up.
Carlos. Yes, my name is Carlos. I'm with AIDS Healthcare Foundation, Food for Health Programs, and we are here to make a commitment to bring hot meals to those people that are affected by the wildfires.
How many meals would you say you guys are bringing?
Today we're bringing 500 meals, and this is going to be an ongoing thing for 3 meals a day.
Yeah, we're doing 2 shifts of 500 today here at this location. We work with Save-A-Sphere. They are doing 500 meals.
Okay, what they are right now is like
they're off thank you guys so much, and I'm sure so many people are thankful for you to bring hot meals. Appreciate it and appreciate your time.
This is the area that they're in right now.
We say goodbye, I just want to give you guys a look inside, because this is where I said people are being stationed and taking shelter in the Pasadena Convention Center. We've seen so many people. So officials with the city of Pasadena tell me that there are 1,200 people here, including some of those seniors from elderly health care facilities that we saw last night having to be evacuated. Let's go inside. And so you've got dozens of people in here who have had snacks. I know that American Red Cross is working to help these folks as well. We will try to be talking to some folks throughout the day, guys, but this is kind of just what we're seeing out here in Pasadena as that Eaton fire scorches more than 10,000 acres at this point. I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you. And speaking of, these are live images that we're looking at here, and we've seen them for a few minutes, and now they are totally engulfed. These are businesses, live images again, in Altadena, Beverly Way, and Lake Avenue. And these are, one was a real estate business, and I didn't actually.
So that's up there in Altadena. Let's see what CBS is talking about.
Overnight, from almost 3,000 acres to 11,800 acres. In all, more than 70,000 people have been ordered to evacuate, and this map shows the impacted areas. So the sections in red are under an evacuation order.
What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Are under an evacuation.
Hi, this is Cheryl. I'm calling from Atlanta.
Cheryl from Atlanta. Hold on one second. Let me pause this. All right, I can hear you now. What's going on, Cheryl?
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, I've never been to California, and I was just wondering, the areas that are burning. I know you said that they're like in the forest, where all the trees are at. Are a lot of wealthy people out that way, or is it just sort of mixed?
Well, it's 3 different fires going on. 4. The main one, the Eaton, where it says Eaton fire. Those are regular folks. Those are regular people, not rich. They just, living day to day, got day jobs. I have it on camera here. Where it says Eaton fire and Hearst fire. Those are places that have regular day jobs, regular people. Eaton fire is what used to be a mostly black neighborhood. That neighborhood has been getting gentrified now for about 20 years. So it's not as black as it used to be. But there's still a good peppering of black people in that area. Now, when it comes to the Palisades fire, that fire, we talking about the wealthy elite, the people who run the movie studios, the people who get the good paying jobs that they'll never allow black people to get. They getting fucked up the hardest right now. And then the Woodley fire, I think that's mostly contained, but that's still rich people. But the bigger fire. Yeah, that's the wealthy elite. But the Eaton fire, it is most definitely harming people who are regular day-to-day people, got regular jobs, just on the grind,
Yeah. Well, my prayers are with y'all, and y'all be safe out there. I know you said in your area y'all don't get a lot of forest fires, which is great. Do y'all get affected by like smoke or anything?
Oh yeah, smoke is crazy right now. It literally looks like a rain cloud is over my. I'm looking outside right now. It looks like a rain cloud is outside, but that's smoke.
Okay.
Like imagine when it's about to get a really good heavy rain, that gray. That's how it's looking outside. Those kind of clouds, but the smoke is thin.
Yeah. Well, y'all be safe, and my prayers are with y'all.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye. And I'm telling y'all right now, with that being said, I'd still rather live in LA than anywhere you niggas is calling from. Not her. She's a great caller. But I mean, people out there talking, why would you live in LA? Yes. If anybody's asking, why would you want to live in LA with all these natural disasters? I promise you from the bottom of my heart, I'd still rather live here. If an earthquake happened tomorrow, I'd still rather live here than wherever the fuck you are. All right? So let's just make that very clear for people who going to be thinking they calling in. Not calling. My callers are good. But it's been some of you niggas in the chat room. I don't know why. And man, I don't get it. Yeah. And I've never had to shovel snow in my life either. So you win some, you lose some. And today we losing some. But we will fight back because we are LA strong. That's right, Chris. Me and Chris, when the 94 earthquake happened, our whole neighborhood, we grew up in had brick fences. And then brick fences all fell over. And we was going around picking up fences, and we picked things up, and we scooped shit up. We cleaned the neighborhood up, and we stayed. So, yes, this is screwed up, but I promise you, I'd much rather live here than Mississippi. I ain't moving to no there could be a forest fire every goddamn year. I ain't living in no goddamn Notches, no Birmingham. I ain't living in no goddamn Tennessee. I ain't living in no Little Rock, Arkansas. I ain't living in East Texas. I ain't living in Baton Rouge. I ain't living in Shreveport. None of them goddamn places. We staying right here. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, it's Dana calling from the Valley.
Dana from the Valley. What's on your mind?
I'm just laughing and listening to you talk about where you wouldn't live. It's so funny that people talk about us and where we live and why California and the earthquakes and stuff. There is nothing that happens here on a regular basis. If you have enough money, if you have a sustainable income, then you can do California. But it's, one of my associates is coming in from out of town for the MLK parade, and we're walking in the parade, and she was looking for an Airbnb, so she found one 10 minutes from the airport, and somebody that's not from here told her it was in the hood, and I said, our hoods are not like other hoods. You're not going to even recognize it, because even though they're depressed areas, there's not dilapidated and boarded up whole cities and all of that stuff, and it's not going to look like a hood that's been just squeezed of resources so bad that you don't recognize it.
Right. And
it's just going to be an area.
It's just going to be an area, and then in the hood they don't fuck with people who aren't. If you're minding your own business, gangs don't mess with people minding their own business.
Exactly. You got to draw first blood.
Right. And so it is unfortunate what's going on, but being from here, we always got to hear people say, well, I never. Well, that's fine. Matter of fact, I'd rather you guys say that so y'all stay away.
The only thing is keeping them from living in California is they can't afford to live here.
Yeah, they can't afford to live here, and they don't know. Because one thing about living here, you have to have a certain mentality of get up and hustle. And this is a very hustler city, hustle-oriented city. And as much crap as people talk about Hollywood and these people in LA, if you from here, the minute you put your feet on the ground getting out the bed, you know how to hustle. And when you know how to hustle, you're going to run across people who know how to hustle.
Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry, Dwan.
No, go ahead.
every 20 steps is $20. But the one thing LA has in common with New York is that you have to have a hustle mentality to make it. Yes, you could have a legal job and put your foot down, but you want another stream of income for your party money or for your pocket money or however you want to look at it. You could do it, but it does you have to have a certain mentality to live here, and sometimes you might have to step on somebody's foot to get what you need.
Hey.
You might have to step over somebody to get something. You know, you apologize and pay it forward to the next person, but it takes a certain mentality to make it here, and not everybody has it. But if you can make it in LA, California, you can make it pretty much anywhere.
You can make it anywhere. Yeah, you're right about that. But thanks for calling in from the Valley.
All right.
Have a good one. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, they hung up. So, yeah, like, if you think you're going to come up in this chat room and be like, well, I don't want to live there. Bye. Bye. I don't know why you going to live there. Because I can, nigga. That's why. And this is very unfortunate. But there is no safe space on the planet Earth. There is no safe space. You're going to deal with hurricanes. You're going to deal with tornadoes. You're going to deal with winter Arctic storms. You're going to deal with fires. No matter where you live in this country, you're going to deal with something. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from? You sound like you in the fire area. You all right?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? Yeah, man, I'm just saying, love your program, by the way, man. But yeah, as far as the wildfires go, man, it ain't, in my opinion, it ain't no wildfires, man. Like they show you images of houses on fire, but no trees on fire. No trees on fire.
Whoa! No, what are you looking at? No trees on fire, man. This is a goddamn forest full of trees on fire.
Okay, I was watching the news earlier. A lot of clips they showing on the news, they showing houses on fire with trees and bushes right in front of the houses intact.
That's
because
we
already know they got.
And let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, because the trees and the bushes oftentimes are like under sprinklers, so that the ground in a neighborhood, the trees and the bushes are moisturized because everybody has sprinklers. But if one of these embers fall on a roof, and in the Pasadena area, you got a lot of wooden houses, especially in Pasadena. Altadena, that neighborhood was built up over 100 years ago. That's where like what's burning right now on screen, that's where Jackie Robinson was raised, the great Jackie Robinson. And those houses are wood houses. So when those embers come over and land on wood, they're going to catch on fire versus the bushes and the trees in front of the houses. People got sprinkler systems, so that ground is well saturated with water.
I got that, but why now though? They never had.
I'll tell you why now, because it's very. I don't know if you're out here. Are you in LA?
No.
I'll tell you why. It's extremely dry and windy. In LA, anytime there's a combination of dry and wind, we're always under forest fire threat. And I'll tell you also why. Since 2009, it was very dry until 2019. 2020, 21, 22, 23. Biggest rainstorms we had ever had. So big rainstorm, big vegetation. The only reason why it wasn't fires the last 2 years is because it rained a lot. We haven't had a significant rain here since March. And so when you have 3 years in a row of crazy rain and no rain since March, that means the ground has been very, very dry now for 8-9 months. And when you got a combination of dry and wind, always fires here in LA, always.
I got that. They also said in the news earlier that it had 100-mile-per-hour winds.
Yes.
That was helping that shit spread.
In some areas. Yeah.
You in LA, were you feeling hurricane force winds?
You got to realize this. LA has a lot of microclimates. Where I am, no. But I did get 50, 60-mile-an-hour winds up in the mountains. They get that. That's why I don't live up there. They get that up there. It's happened before.
Hey man, can't believe everything on TV. I just gotta say that much. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. You can't believe everything on TV, but being born and raised here, we've seen this.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Respect. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. You have a good one. Yeah, like I'm telling y'all right now, like me and my wife be having these conversations all the time. Like whenever we get a good rain, say like in November, December, I mean one of them good drenchings, that's when we know fire season is over with. If we don't get a good drenching, we know this shit gets popping. As a matter of fact, the last couple of years when it rained a lot, me and my wife are like, man, like whatever year it don't rain, because LA goes through these ebbs and flows where we have 3 or 4 years where it's a lot of rain, and then it'll be like a 3 or 4 or 5 year period where it's hardly no rain. I remember like 2013 to 19, it didn't rain hardly at all. If you was out here between 2013 and 2019, we got sprinkled, the drought was crazy, and we was getting these crazy ass fires too. But 2020, it started to rain again a lot, and that's what it is. Gotta realize, LA's a desert. Remember this, people. LA is a desert, and so we have rainy periods, we have dry periods, and when you have a desert that has a forest right in the middle of it, Angeles National Forest, that shit can get very combustible. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Dewan? This is Rob Judah from HOI Los Angeles. I'm calling from Hawthorne right now.
Hawthorne. What's on your mind, brother?
Yes. Hey, man, I was out there. I was doing my Uber. I'm not a tether. I'm an FBA. I was doing the Uber last night, and I saw all that fire, man. All I gotta say is thank the Most High, man. The Most High has destroyed this kingdom, man, for what they done to us. Because you gotta realize, man, we are the real Israelites. Like I said, we've been teaching this on the corner of Hollywood. Said this kingdom's gonna be burnt in fire. And this is just nothing but a rehearsal. Wait till the nuclear missiles hit. That's all I got to say, man. The Most High is putting in the work, man. Like you said, we was in those areas for years. They gentrified us out of there. And the Most High has paid them back for what they done to us throughout the course of history, man. You know? They took our land. They took our nationality. They got these so-called white people claiming to be the people of God. Well, everybody know that we the real Jews. You know what I mean? So the Most High is doing his thing, man. Wait, this is nothing but a rehearsal. Wait till the nuclear missiles hit. That's all I got to say. And I land my plane. All praise to the Most High.
Yes, sir. Death, doom, and gloom like a motherfucker. Death, doom, and gloom like a motherfucker. Look at this. Look at these wind gusts it's telling me right here. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, man. Coming from Rancho Cucamonga.
Are you coming out from Rancho Chocamongas? What's going on, brother?
Calling in regards to these fires and all that. It's big all throughout from LA, the coast, all the way out here in the IE, man. The whole mountainside, everything has been chiseling for the last 4 years, burning down. And this ain't even fire season. Watch how bad it will be out here in the IE. And like brother was just saying, it got to do with prophecy. It got to do with timing.
That could be part of it. I'm never gonna take spirit out of it. You dig? You know?
I mean, I like living good, getting my money. We all living our lives. I ain't trying to see people suffer, but damn, how long, we couldn't even get our reparations and all this type of shit. I mean, what we supposed to think? How we supposed to feel?
Yeah.
Like we supposed to be depressed and sad to see the people that don't want to give us, coding jobs, don't want to give us these good jobs, but don't mind it. So
you made a good point, because the reason why we got moved out of these neighborhoods is because we can't get the jobs that can afford us to keep us there. And they bring in the H-1B visa pro people. They bring in all these other groups to move into neighborhoods we used to live in, and especially like in Altadena, and you see what's happening.
I wanted to say also on the financial end, since you brought that up, the SBA is a fraud. They're not giving black people loans or grants. I've been having to go to the federal to find grants from there to do my different businesses. But the SBA, the Hispanics have just swooped in and took it over and don't want to give blacks loans or financial guidance.
Yeah.
The Small Business Association in California is corrupt as hell. They like anti-black.
They anti-black like a motherfucker. And they buy houses out in these areas, say I'm not gonna live near the Negroes, and hey.
Mm-hmm. It's real bad in the IE. But thank you, man.
Yeah. All right, man. You have a good one. Thanks for calling us.
Bless.
Yeah, he out in the IE. To show you where he was calling from. He's calling from down out in here. Out in this area. Want me to take Rocky? Or you gonna take him? You gonna take him? Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Uh-huh. My wife taking Rocky. You want this? You want this car seat? You don't need it. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Hey, I'm calling from Pasadena. I called them before.
Oh man, you in the thick of shit,
bro. Like, I mean, yeah, like, bro, like, I just tapped into the show because I just was able to charge my phone. Like, the power's still out, so I saw the topic. I'm like, fuck it, I'll call. But yeah, bro. Yeah, we had to like put like what do you say, cracks like in the windows and shit, bro, through the whole house because them shits was about to bust. I walked out and bro, my neighbor, their fucking whole window was popped out. There's like ashes flying around right now and shit. But it's just funny because I was thinking, I'm like, man, bro, like Altadena and that west side of Pasadena, that's like one of the last black areas, like north of downtown. So I'm like, man, a lot of their shit got burned, but you know, I'm like, over there, bro, they have been pushing a lot of black folks out over there too, bro. So like, I literally just tapped in, bro, but I'm like, just from firsthand, man, like, I'm just like, that shit was fucking crazy though, bro. Like, it was like a fucking tyrannosaur was just stomping and shit. This shit was insane, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was fucking crazy. Like, it was black as fuck. Like, I mean, it looked like nighttime till about 9 a.m.
Man. See?
Like, I was getting nervous a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, we good, bro, but fuck. Yeah, I really ain't got shit to say. Like, I'm
glad somebody from Pasadena called in. I'm glad somebody from Pasadena called in because you right there in the thick of, like, I was looking on Facebook, and people I know had to get evacuated.
Right? Nah, everyone got evacuated. I know like 6 people that got their houses burnt down, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so this area is interesting because it's not like LA, because I have family down there too, of course, but it's not like, okay, so up here, you don't see like as much like as far as people going to like jail and shit like that, like losing their houses like that. Like, out here, it's mostly like, you know, getting pushed out by jobs and stuff. So it was happening slower. I see the gentrification happening slower up here firsthand. But being in the area, I still see it. Like the people coming into JPO, like all that shit, and they raised like the houses and stuff, like the prices. But so I seen the direction it was going. So it was just interesting, bro. Because this was like, it did hit the white spot first, though. That's the thing. And then it just kind of spread out from there.
Man, that's crazy, dog. And then going back to what you said about, you know, the neighborhood and how they got pushed out in that area. And it's like, you know, I'm being as nice because I don't want to, you know, you don't want to, you know, I don't want to see nobody get their stuff burned down, but we still got to keep things in a certain perspective, you know. California is a very evil, racist place, and whatever California got to play, it deserves to pay.
Yeah. Nah, like, bro, I grew up here, like, and I've been around the country too, but I grew up here. Like, the shit you be saying on your show, like, bro, you be saying that shit so nice. I don't even know if I can say that shit that nice, bro, because no, like, nah, like, I don't even have enough time to, like, say the shit that we go through. We targeted by fucking everybody, bro. Every fucking buddy over here, like, on every level. So it's interesting to see how this shit's going to play out, though, because right now, this is just, like, a start to some shit. Because, like, I got some other shit through dreams and stuff, too. So I'm seeing how this shit really about to play out right now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's gonna be very interesting to see how this shit plays out, brother.
Yeah. But your show, your show is dope, man. I first came across this thing through the Fat Joe thing, bro. So I've been tapped in since because you keep it like, I could tell, bro, like you on a certain level, but you kind of like keep it not like lower level, but you kind of keep it like base to a level so everybody else can still relate. But I can still tell that you on some shit though, bro. And plus you got like all the documents and stuff, man. So that shit's just like refreshing, bro.
Man, I appreciate that. Cause my thing is, look, if y'all gonna take the time to listen to me, I want to give you some level of substance. I want you to walk away, okay, at least, because you know I'm a nerdy ass nigga. I be looking up shit. You dig? So I at least want to
we
give.
got Wi-Fi. Like, why not, man?
Yeah, why not? Like, because I'm not gonna have y'all come here and just hear a whole bunch of and then off to the next channel. Like, nah, I'm gonna give y'all something to go home with. And I appreciate
you gotta have the facts behind the shit talk, because we can still shit talk, but yeah, like the facts behind it too. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what you bring, man.
That's what we try to do, man. I appreciate y'all out there who listen, who appreciate the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yep. All right, man. Thanks for giving us a call. Man. I got another call coming in.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got to give y'all the facts, man. I'm not about to come to y'all on some shit I don't. If I barely know something, I ain't gonna talk about it. I only talk about some shit that I know I understand what I'm talking about. It's a whole lot that I don't know. That's why I don't talk about that shit. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, bro? This TC from Baltimore.
TC from Baltimore. What's on your mind?
Not much, man. Yeah, this thing kind of reminds me a lot of the Lahaina fires in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it seemed like they had this new thing where the elites or whoever you want to point the finger to, I think they intentionally set these fires. So to call it a wildfire would make it sound like it's a natural disaster. I think it's more of an intentional setting, like whether they want to use that land for something, you know what I mean? They want to remove the people from there and use the land for government purposes or whatever the case may be. You know, that's some of the thoughts I'm having. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, what do you think about that as far as intentionally being set versus a natural occurrence? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, these things do happen. You know, people do set fire. I'm never going to put anything past people, you know? And fires do get intentionally set. And then sometimes shit just happens. Right now, my thing is, it's too many real people who are like really going through it like that for me to jump there right now. You know, once the fire settles, because the truth will come out. If it's arson, it's been like that line fire they had a few years ago. That was arson, you know. But the Thomas fire was an electrical failure, and both fires happened like a week apart. You know, one was like genuinely Edison had to pay out $80 million because they fucked up. The one on the other side of the hill was some white dude that was like, "Hey, I want to set a fire." And then there was another fire. It was like, I think it was 2009. I think it was 2018 when all them fires happened. It was a third fire that happened that was literally a lightning strike. So we literally had 3 fires in 2018. One was one was arson. One was a lightning strike. The other one was a mechanical error from some shit at Edison. So right now, it's just, you know, let's report what's going on. Let's see what's going on. But we'll know in about a week or two.
You remember the wildfires or the fires in the Amazon rainforest? They burnt that shit down, like certain portions of the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, I remember that.
They were using these like laser weapons. You know what I mean? Like if you put the tinfoil kufi on, you know what I'm saying? You know, put the conspiracy hat on.
Yeah, we gotta.
It was using lasers.
We gotta learn how to balance our tinfoil kufis with just time. Sometimes you gotta let time go by. Because just say our tinfoil kufis come on, and we're exactly right. What you gonna do about it? Can't fix it. So we can spend a lot more of our time, you know, trying to figure out how to level up so we can afford to live in a neighborhood that ain't right next to no goddamn forest like these people. You dig?
Right.
All right, man. But thanks for giving us a call.
All right.
Yeah. And again, I'm not against the tinfoil kufi. I'm not telling people what not to think or not to think. But what I am saying is you don't have to rush to it, okay? Multiple things can be true at the same time. When we had that Thomas fire in 2018, all three were true at the same time. One was a lightning strike, one was a mechanical failure on some parts and equipment, one was intentionally set. 3 fires going on at once. But if you spend all day arguing about it, you don't, to me personally, this channel, I'm all about being constructive. You dig what I'm saying? And I am cool with speculation. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I know, because I don't. Yeah, Damon Reed, whatever happened, black folks, we're going to be all right. Yeah. Yeah, Mother's Day, yeah. Yes, Lady Hotep, wildfires happen every year. That's why I'm not jumping in the whole somebody did it intentionally. Sometimes it's just the wind and a spark, boom, fire. Yeah. Like, we don't have to jump too hard into it. Oh, fire. The way you walk and talk really sets me off to a 4-alarm child. Yes, it does. Fire. It's boiling like a motherfucker here, y'all. Whoa, 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 whoa. But go back to what Kendall said earlier, man. All that doom and gloom stuff can really fuck your head up. That's why you need to make sure that you are good mentally here. Don't corkscrew your mind into a whole bunch of stuff you can't control. Because say you're 100,000% right. Yes, the government did it. Yes, it was intentional. Still can't do shit about it. Still can't do nothing about it. But what you can do is donate to those in need. That's what you can do. If you go somebody, you can do something to help people out. What's up, Russell Red? I appreciate they said, hope your family got to move this month to move your sister out of Cali. Respect. That's what's up. You move your sister out of Cali? Dang, man. Farewell to you then, the sister. I hope she had a good time here, but I appreciate the super chat. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's up, Dewan, man? This is KJ from Bellflower.
KJ, are you from Bellflower? You in a safe area. So what's on your mind, brother?
Man, you know what, man? I was listening to your broadcast about, you know the history. I'm from LA too, but you know LA way. You older than me. You know LA way better than me. But man, I know the history behind those canyons over there, man, and it's messed up as this may sound, man. No, it's a lot of evil stuff that take place over there. You know, them lower canyons and stuff like that, man. So, what's your take on it?
Yeah, I talked about that a little bit earlier up in the Palisades, how Murphy Ranch is a Nazi village that was active during World War II, in the early days of World War II, where the Nazis were training up in the Palisades, and Murphy Ranch is right in the line of that fire. So, yeah, it's a lot of evil shit that be going on in them places and stuff like that. And these people, look, the Palisades, especially Malibu and stuff, as much as that shit burning and people still move right back. I feel bad for the people in Altadena because they were a little lower. They weren't really up in where the fire is. Them people, that's just fucked up in Altadena. But Palisades, Woodland Hills, Malibu, man, that shit burning and sliding all the goddamn time. And people still decide to buy houses up there in Calabasas and all that shit. So at that point, it's like, nigga, we just had a fire there 2 years ago. You moved there?
Man, you know what the crazy thing I told myself, man, if I was to ever really come into some serious money, because like I love LA, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get into the real estate thing. I definitely want to buy some property outside of California, because California is just way too expensive, man. They turning this state into like a wealthy man state, you know what I'm saying? Especially with them taxes and all that. But I told myself, man, like I don't understand why people want to live in them canyons or in I don't know, man. I don't do that. I go hiking and all that, but I mean, you dealing with wild animals, you dealing with fire, you dealing with all types of stuff. I'm like, man, why? I don't understand why people. I guess it's just like a California thing. They want that California feel, live in the hills and all that. I ain't really with that, man. I'd rather live close to the water.
You gotta understand this. Most of the people that move up in them areas ain't from here. They people who come up on some money and move up there. These ain't people who are like these aren't people whose parents were raised in LA. These aren't people who were raised in LA themselves that move up in them canyons. These are people who they from other parts of the country. They white, so they got a good production job at one of these movie studios. They got a good high level management position in one of these defense contract companies. And they said they want to move far away from niggas. Matter of fact, white people don't even like themselves. So they be wanting to move to areas where they ain't got to see their neighbor. When you up in there, you ain't ever got to, you will live your whole life and never see your next door neighbor when you're up in some of these areas. So these aren't people who were raised in Culver City and said, oh, I'm going to get a house. No, these are people who moved from fucking goddamn Ohio that got a good production assistant job, and a production assistant job paid 10 times what a black person who got a master's in civil engineering gets paid. And they move up there. That's them people.
Exactly. I just one thing, and I'm gonna get up out of here. My pop used to work for Santa Monica School District, right? So a Malibu School District. So he used to pick up all the celebrity kids and stuff like that and all there. I remember one time when I was younger, he would take me to Malibu, especially at nighttime, and we would go over there, and there was like literally no lights, bro. Like it was pitch black dark. No, it's pitch black. The only lights you're gonna see is probably like the reflectors on the street or on a gas station. But if you drive to the residential areas or whatever, it's like pitch black dark. I'm like, bro, who in the hell lives like this? You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I can never see myself living like, I don't care how much money, like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you see people walking their dog in that, and obviously it's white folks, but you see people walking their dog in pitch black darkness. I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. It's the same thing in Rancho Palos. It's the same thing in PV. I got an auntie that do hair up in Palos Verdes. She do like home care for, wealthy people, whatever. Up there in PV at nighttime, man, if you drive up there, man, you can easily crash and fall off a cliff.
Oh, yeah, they ain't got no lights.
Man, that shit, man, I'm telling you, I'm trying to figure out, like, yo, okay, cool. Like, the whole prestige of, oh, yeah, these are some wealthy areas, man. That shit is dangerous, bro. It's very dangerous. I'm like, nah, I can't do that, bro. That's crazy. I appreciate you answering my call, though.
Yes, sir, man. Thanks for giving us a call.
All right.
Yeah, somebody said, was Matrice Richardson unalived up there? Yes, she was. 5 rings. The area where Matrice Richardson was unalived was up here near Paradise Cove. It was me and my wife was just here last week, 2 weeks ago. There's a restaurant over here called Jeffrey's. Here's Paradise Cove. Jeffrey's is right down the street from Paradise Cove. Where's Jeffrey's? Here. This is where Matrice Richardson was eating, where she was having her drinks when she was unalived. She was having her drinks here on PCH, and a lot of this shit is charred. This is where Matrice Richardson was. Remember Kamala Harris said she was going to get justice for Matrice Richardson and never did? That's where Matrice Richardson was. So that's where she was arrested by the sheriff in Malibu. That's where, let's type in Malibu Sheriff Department. Not that one. This is the one. It's closed now, but this is the one that she was living. This is right here. I still got that thing up. This right here. This is where the sheriff office was at the time when she was arrested, and she was released, never to be seen again. And a lot of this area, see, this area got burned 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, all this area right here, Malibu Canyon Road, all this shit was on fire like 3 weeks ago. And when I was over here, when I was driving down the beach a couple weeks ago, me and the wife, there was nothing but like rescue. It's like a mobile rescue park right here. Y'all see this shit? This is Pepperdine University right here. I got a funny story about Pepperdine. I used to work with my doctor. My doctor used to take kids, and I'm gonna see Dr. Robinson on Saturday. Dr. Robinson used to take kids to school. Kids out of Watts and Compton. He did a 1 week camp every year. And one year, our camp in the year 2000, our camp was here at Pepperdine University, and we got this big ass bus coming from Compton. Here's where it is right here. Let me show y'all. We were coming from, let's see, what's that? King Drew Medical Center. King Drew Medical Center, where the Drew League is, to Pepperdine. So this is like the year 2000. We take these kids, from King Drew Medical Center right here in Watts to Pepperdine University right here. And when we got here to this part, one of the kids, I think his name was Matthew. We drove up here. He said, "Dang, you see all that grass? I bet it take that Mexican man all day to cut that grass." It's like a little 7-year-old, 8-year-old kid from Compton, from Watts. We drive it up. He was like, "I bet it take that Mexican man all day to cut that grass." I'm like, we got all kind of white doctors on a goddamn bus. They're like, "What?" I'm like, no, Matthew. This kind of grass, there's a big truck that cuts this grass. This little nigga thinking it was this one Mexican dude on a lawnmower cutting all this shit. I will never forget that. That was June 2020 June 2000, the year 2000 when that happened. That kid probably got grandkids by now, but nigga, that shit was funny as hell. What's up, Big Pontiac? Yeah, but you see what's going on here, y'all. You see what's going on right here. You see what's going on. But I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all see what's going on here in LA? We will I'll come back to y'all probably from the garage tonight. We might do an update tonight from the garage. All right. But yeah, it's serious out here, y'all. It's serious out here. Thank y'all for listening. I can't take that call because I got to go. But go to DejuanB.com. Go to BlissCapsules.com. Type in product code DejuanB. Buy 2, get 1 for free at BlissCapsules.com. Also, go to DejuanB.com for all my shit that I'm selling. All right. Thank y'all again for listening. And remember, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages. And you don't have to keep saying you'd rather not live in LA. I promise you, people from LA don't give a fuck. All right. If you're not from LA and you say it's too many fires and too many earthquakes, we agree with you. Stay the fuck away, please. But to the rest of us, we're going to stay here because this is home. I love it. It's live. Yeah, we might have a fire every now and again, but I choose not to live in a forest. So since I choose not to live in or anywhere near a forest, I ain't tripping. My lungs gonna be fucked up for the next couple days because all the fire and the smoke and the ash. But hey, I'd rather deal with that than a fucking hurricane every 2 years, or a tornado, or a winter blast, or a flood, or all that other shit. No matter where you live in this country, you're going to have to deal with some shit. And if you don't have a natural disaster, then you probably live somewhere that's just fucking boring. Telling y'all right now, living on the outskirts of Austin, Texas is not a flex to me. It's not appealing. Yes, you live in Oklahoma. Yes, you live in Chicago. Great. Having to deal with wearing all kind of winter shit every goddamn winter, and rain and snow and sleet, and you niggas gotta drive on black ice. I ain't never seen black ice in my black ass life. I've never had to shovel snow. I've never had to duck a hurricane. The one earthquake I had to deal with that was big was in 94. That fucked the few chimneys dropped, a few gates dropped. You dig? We picked them hoes back up and kept living. So the last thing you think you flexing on, I can't live in California. Well, I can't live in your dusty ass city either. And no, LA is not too expensive because real niggas gonna find ways to get it, no matter what the expenses is. You dig? So don't feel that you're flexing by saying you're not living in California or California catches all kind of wildfires. It's still better than Shreveport. Still better than Mobile. And I'd much rather live through all these goddamn fires than live in Charlotte. You dig? I'd rather live through all these fires than live in Baltimore. Fuck the Ravens and you don't have a basketball team to speak of. It is what it is. So don't think that you're flexing. Yeah, my city is down and out right. We down, but we ain't out. Somebody said LA ain't black enough. Well, most black cities are a whole bunch of niggas that ain't on code anyway. So what good is it living around a whole bunch of black people if you living in a place like goddamn Atlanta where you'd rather spend your fucking time dealing with men dressed like women and DAs like Fannie Willis that would rather go after YSL than cops that murder black people. Would I love to be around more black people? Of course. Of course. But what good is it if your DA is going after fucking rappers? I don't want to live around them kind of niggas. Fuck out of here. I will come to the internet and be around black people before I live around a whole bunch of niggas that think going after YSL is good enough to live around niggas. So again, your little city's not a flex. All right? Somebody says LA, Baltimore guy says LA has a lot of gays. So does DC. I was in DC and it was flaming like a mother. DC had more goddamn flames than the Malibu fire. I swear to God. And I was disappointed too. I was like, damn. Damn, DC. I swear to God, man. I swear to God. When I was walking around DC, This is what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like in D.C. So don't come here talking about L.A. got all these gay people. Nigga, that's what D.C. sound. I'm walking down Pennsylvania Avenue, and out of nowhere it's just... What the fuck? I thought I was in Chocolate City. I was more like on Hershey Highway. Nigga, you cannot go anywhere in this country and get away from that. Fuck out of here. Niggas. Yeah, I be hating that shit. Niggas down south thinking y'all got some. Man, all the pansies in D.C. and Atlanta, fuck out of here. Atlanta be selling out of... How the fuck do a city sell out of size 13 heels? There ain't no women that wear size 13, but Atlanta sell out. Why? Yeah. Chocolate. We gonna call D.C. chocolate shitty because it's all got a chocolate shit going on. With all the dookie swapping going on in that city. Fuck out of here. I will much rather live here and let it and watch it burn and rebuild than live in some corny ass place around a bunch of corny ass people. And I'm not calling everybody out here corny. I'm only calling the people out here talking shit corny. All right? But I gotta get up out of here. Thank y'all for listening. It's been real. We out.